We want to bring in our border correspondent, Robert Sherman, for more context on what's happening on the ground. He's live in Eagle Pass, Texas. Good to see you, Robert. States like Arizona, they've been using shipping containers to finish parts or to close out gaps in the border wall, or what would be a wall if it wasn't closed, to deter illegal crossings. But we've obtained a little more information. What do you have for us?
Well, Adrian, that is such a troublesome area of the border, what's known as the Yuma Gap, because of how many separations there have been in the wall, which, as you alluded to, Adrian, makes a wall not so wall-like because of how porous it actually is. So those have been filled in with shipping containers. What we can tell you is that the early look at the numbers is that troublesome spot remains troublesome, one of the most heavily traversed areas here on the U.S.-Mexico border. Important to note, just a couple of years ago, nobody was talking about Yuma, Arizona, and now it is just a constant issue with thousands of migrants coming through every single day. It depends who you ask, though, in terms of the efficacy of this and what the goalposts actually are. Some say that the goalposts of filling in all of these gaps is to try and deter migrant crossings. So far, that has not worked. But those who say that the goal is to really channel the number of migrants and get most every migrant crossing to happen in the exact same area to make Border Patrol agents more efficient, we have seen so far that has had an impact, and that is happening more so there. So it just depends who you ask, but still, long way to go in Yuma.
Yeah, just a lot of people crossing through because they're moving down that long border to where they can come through to the U.S. We've seen drug seizures skyrocket along the border. Any more updates about those candy-colored fentanyl pills that we've been seeing in the news lately?
That's a really scary one for law enforcement, with over 47,000 of those seized at the Nogales, Arizona port of entry over the weekend. And again, there is this concern that children are being targeted. Another message that law enforcement makes is that there's a misconception out there for those who purchase narcotics on the street that purchasing pills is actually going to be safer than purchasing meth or heroin. Not necessarily. There's so many counterfeit pills on the market laced with fentanyl. People think that they're buying something safe when they're really buying something dangerous. Let's not forget, Adrian, new this year, the #1 killer of Americans age 18 to 45, it's now fentanyl. That just goes to show how dangerous this crisis is. And as we've seen from the numbers, no end in sight. The problem continues to get worse.
Can you repeat that stat? Under the age of 45, the leading cause of what?
Yeah, the leading cause of death in the United States for Americans aged 18 to 45 is fentanyl now. It's not any illness or any travesty of that kind. It's fentanyl. And you think about where the majority of the fentanyl is coming across. It's coming across the U.S.-Mexico border. So when we talk about every state in the U.S. is a border state, that's the message that border officials make. That's where it comes from, is the drug crisis.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.